Shalom everyone. Today is Rosh Chodesh Adar. Today and tomorrow. It's a 2-day Rosh Chodesh. And we're told, Misha Nichnas Adar, Marbim B'Simcha. When the month of Adar comes in, we increase with joy. So I want to bless everyone already with a very, very joyous month of Adar. And of course, the holiday of Purim, which is coming up. In the Sefer Yetzirah, perhaps the oldest of all Kabbalistic texts, it says that each month was created through one of the Hebrew letters. And along with that, Sefer Yetzirah also says that each month is connected to a part of the body, to a certain sense, to a certain mazal, a certain astrological sign. And later, many other associations were made with each of the tribes. That the tribes were connected to the months. A permutation of God's name was connected to each of the months as well. Today, in our Living of the Times, we're just going to look at the letter of the month of Adar. The letter of the month of Adar is the letter Kuf. And the Kuf is unique in that it's the only letter that descends below the line. A few of the final letters also descend below the line, but of the 22 normative Hebrew letters, only the Kuf goes down below the line. And the way that a Kuf is written, according to what's called Ketav Ashuri, the way that it's written in the Torah, is actually made up of two letters, a Resh and a Zayin. The Resh is the curved part, and the Zayin goes down below the line. So those two letters, Resh and Zayin, spell a word, Raz. Raz means secret. And so there are many, many secrets in this month. And the greatest secret is in the form of the Kuf itself. The idea that it descends below the line. And this is very connected to the name of the month, Adar, which is read by its two syllables, Aleph, Dar, Adar. Aleph represents God and the soul, and Dar means to dwell. So the idea is in the month of Adar, the Aleph comes to dwell in this world. In the Talmud, sometimes God is referred to Alufo Shel, the Aleph of the world, the general, the commander, the director of the world. And in the enigmatic statement of Midrash Rabbah, it says, God had a desire, a passion to have a dwelling place in the lower worlds. And this is the secret of the Mishkan, of the tabernacle, which we are reading about now as we are entering into the month of Adar, where God says, Asuli mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham. Make for me a holy place, and I will dwell in their midst. Not just the midst of the physical tabernacle, but the midst of the people, in the heart and soul and consciousness of the people. That is God's great desire. And that is very connected to the meaning of the month of Adar. The Aleph wants to dwell. God had a passion to have a dwelling place in the lower worlds. And this is why this month is created through the letter Kuf. This is also the secret of the soul coming down into a body. The soul originally is in a very high, elevated, heavenly abode, and then it comes down into a physical body. But just like God had a passion to dwell in the lower worlds, the soul is also ultimately meant to be within a body in the physical material world. Now, going back to these two letters that make up the letter Kuf, a Resh and a Zayin that spell Raz. So Raz is Gematria 207, which equals the word for light, or. And that's why in the Megillah, we have the statement, which was later taken and used in Havdalah at the end of Shabbat. La Yehudim haita ora v'simcha sasan v'yikar. That for the Jews there was light and there was joy and there was preciousness. Ora v'simcha v'sasan v'yikar. Light, joy, happiness, and preciousness. And so the two letters Raz equal Or, and the sages tell us what is the aura of this verse. So they said, La Yehudim haita ora. Ora means Torah. And that's why we're told that in the month of Adar, during the month of the new holiday that was established of Purim, was we received the Torah again, even on a higher level than at Sinai. Because at Sinai, we have the expression that God held the mountain over our heads, and there was a certain amount of no choice involved in receiving the Torah. But at the time of Purim, we're told that the Jews accepted the Torah in a way they hadn't even accepted at Mount Sinai. And so the Kuf also represents the infinite God revealing himself at Sinai and taking the will of God and contracting that into the letters of the Torah. So the whole idea of receiving the Torah is, from God's point of view, is a descent. God descends onto Mount Sinai. He descends into this world in order to make it a dwelling place for not only himself, but a place where human beings and God can meet and dwell together. That was the idea of the Mishkan, of the tabernacle. So we said that the numerical value of Raz, the two letters that make up the Kuf, equals Or, light, but it also equals Ein Sof, the term in Hebrew for infinity, an infinite God. And so here again, the idea of the month of Adar is the Aleph. Aleph is the first letter of Or, light, and it's the first letter of Ein Sof, of infinity. But God's plan, God's desire is to have a dwelling place in the lower worlds. And that is the deeper meaning of the month of Adar, and explains why Purim, which there's no forbidden work on Purim like other holidays. And so it seems like a regular day, a mundane day. But here we see spirituality revealed in physicality, of God bringing his holiness into the physical material world. So I want to bless everyone with a Chodesh Tov, a good month. And just like at the time of Purim, we needed God's assistance. We needed miracles to avert the evil plot of Haman. So too in our day, today, for real, we need God's assistance. We need miracles and wonders, nisim v'niflaot. Bezrat Hashem, this Purim, we will see a great victory over those who, like Haman, want to destroy us. And we will celebrate once again with light and joy and happiness and preciousness. Chodesh Tov.